welcome back to another build video. Today we're going to be renovating one of these ugly Oasis Springs houses. See, the color combinations are honestly just terrible. And we're going to be renovating it in the style of the type of videos I've seen around YouTube lately, and that is, every room is a different pack, or every room is a different color, or every room is a different sim. We're going to be changing it up today though. We're going to be doing every room is a different city around the world. So we're going to start here in the kitchen dining room with New York City. For this room, I was going for a kind of renovated warehouse vibe. So very, maybe this was an older building. We're going to put in some exposed bricks, some concrete floors, but definitely a lot of modern appliances. They've renovated this space, but wanted to keep some of the more industrial warehouse look. So that was my inspiration for this room. As we go through this video, a lot of what I'm building is based on the vibes I got when I travel to a lot of these places, but a lot of these places I actually haven't been to yet. So if you do live in any of these cities or are from any of these cities, leave a comment, let me know how I did. And if you're excited for the screenshots of the final product, you can go ahead and skip to the end. If not, keep on watching. So you can see as we're decorating the room here, I added this brick wall for an accent, as well as some of the more industrial accents here with the bar stools and the big wooden table. Put in a lot of modern appliances and a coffee maker because, of course, living in New York City, you would definitely need a coffee maker. And I wanted to add in a couple of plants just because, if you're living in the city, you don't get outside a whole lot. So it's nice to have a little touch of nature. And then the last thing I wanted for this space was really some artistic pieces. Whenever I think of New York City, I think of, MoMA, some modern art, and just so many different artistic people and different crafts in New York. So I ended up going with this rug, which to me feels very modern art. And then I also put this photograph up on the walls that to me just looks like, almost like it could be a picture of New York City. So I thought that was pretty fun. So I wanted to do this challenge. I think, especially with the current times, we haven't had a lot of chance to travel around. I know I really miss traveling. So that's one reason that I love this challenge. I think I'm going to do another one, so leave a comment below if you guys want me to do that. And then to finish off New York here, I ended up using this grate as a rug, which I just thought was hilarious. It looks to me like, the subway grates you walk on, you feel like you're going to fall through when you're just walking down the street in New York City. For this room, my inspiration was London for the family room. So for London, I really want to do more of a blend of traditional and new. So I wanted some woodwork, some more darker tones in the wood, and then this kind of, to me, looks like a traditional brick fireplace that might have been in an older building, as well as this big wooden bookcase, which looks like it was just in the study of an older house as well. So on top of those traditional pieces, I really wanted to add some modern furniture in. To me, when I was in London, it did feel a lot like, there's definitely the older brick buildings. It's very traditional. There's a lot of history there, but also very modern, very classic, very classy. And the colors that to me come in mind when I think of London are blue and red and kind of some blacks and whites. So that's the color scheme we ended up going for in this room. And then I used this trunk. The other thing that really inspired me was Harry Potter, of course. Like I said, I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, which I'm sure everyone in England's probably sick of people saying that and just thinking they're from Harry Potter. But I was inspired for a couple of things for this room from Harry Potter. One is this trunk with the TV, which to me looks like a trunk that the students would take to Hogwarts, as well as with a couple of accessories. I ended up putting a couple books in, as well as a Gryffindor Harry Potter scarf. So comment below if you see that. But I added a couple of drink posters on the wall as well, because who doesn't love a good drink when they're in London? I feel like I've actually had some of the best cocktails in London, which is kind of surprising, but that was pretty fun. And then for the other artwork for the wall, I used this Harry Potter poster, as well as just some more historical building prints to play up the history of the space. I ended up going with this dark red, as well as some dark red, more classic looking chairs. And some of the other accents for this room is a bit of a modern vibe with the video game console and the big TV. And then I added some blue and white striped cushions to stick with the blue and red theme. I thought they looked really cute on the couches and the chairs. And then for the rest of the clutter, I added in some books for Harry Potter, also because whenever I think of London, I think of a lot of students and universities. I added in some wizarding candy, and then some other more traditional statues, and an umbrella stand, because that's the stereotype, is that it rains all the time in London. Here we see we're moving into the study or office space, and for this we are using one of the smaller cities in the build, and that is Byron Bay in Australia. So this, I think, is actually quite a small city, but for some reason I feel like a lot of influencers or people I follow on Instagram have been going there, and it seems like it's such a really cool vacation vibe. So I wanted to do a space dedicated to that and kind of Australian style as a whole. Here you can see me just pulling out a bunch of artwork that I thought fit with the theme. So for the Australia room, I really wanted to do kind of a beachy coastal vibe. So I think there they use, a lot of lighter colors, a lot of tans, natural wood, which is why I picked these desks, as well as these floorboards. And then a lot of more natural textures. So we have this rug here, this kind of a sandy color that looks like it has a pretty fun texture. And then these chairs as well actually have kind of a linen texture, and the one has the feather print. And the other thing with Australia is I feel like they really love their natural plants and animals, which of course, who wouldn't love kangaroos and koalas and all of that? So I was pretending that some of this artwork here might be actually of natural Australian plants or of Australian animals, that this person wanted to display on their wall. And then to continue that theme, I added in just a bunch of different plants, again trying to go for something that maybe looks a bit more Australian. I've never actually been to Australia, so like I said, if anyone is watching this and you're from Australia, let me know if I captured the vibe. I'd definitely love to go someday. I feel like everyone I've met from Australia just seems like a super, super nice person. And I just added a little sitting area over here. I wanted some kind of coastal vibes as well. I did add this end table that to me looked a little beachy, as well as the beach basket with the towels and such. And then since this bathroom was right next door, I decided to do it with the same vibes. So kind of coastal Australian vibes. We put in some natural wood showers, natural wood sink, a palm tree, and then this rug with, again, a really fun kind of straw texture. And then I just added in a couple of accessories to make this room pretty fun. And like I said, I feel like I've been running into a lot of YouTubers or a lot of influencers lately who are Australian. So I put a video recording station in this room for that reason, as well as this big circle mirror in the bathroom, because it looks very much to me like a bathroom where someone would film, maybe do their skincare routine. So I thought that was pretty fun. And then I end up switching the stairs over as well, I think to a black color. But when we move upstairs, one of the reasons I picked this house is because it has these really cool balconies with archways. So we end up doing the master bedroom and bathroom here with Santorini themed. So I have been to Santorini in Greece, and it was honestly one of the most beautiful places. I know it's probably pretty touristy, but I love the white houses. I love the blue accents. It just seems like such a unique place and really, really beautiful. So I tried to capture some of that in this room. I ended up replacing those windows with these blue teal ones with the shutters. I love how they have the shutters open as well as the shutters that are shut. I think that adds a fun vibe. And then for the bed, I wanted to keep kind of the white and blue. I had some trouble with this room because it's kind of a weird shape. It's kind of an L, so it was a little tricky to decorate, but I think we figured it out in the end. And then for the accents, I added in some of these fish, which I thought looked really good under that window, surprisingly. And then just some dressers and some other pieces. I really wanted to feel like when you walk into this room that you're on vacation. So I hope we kind of captured that vibe, because that's what I was going for. And then we put in so many windows and so many lights, because the other thing I feel like about Greece is it's so sunny and bright, and to kind of get that beach vacation vibe. So this room's just really bright, it's really colorful. My other inspirations for this room was, one, having a really nice outdoor space. This patio already existed, so I can't take full credit for that, But I love the beautiful archways. They felt super similar to buildings that I've seen in Greece. And I know Greece has such beautiful beaches and such beautiful outdoor areas, so I wanted to make sure that was captured in this little patio. I did add one of these palm trees. That's one of my absolute favorite pieces in The Sims. It is custom content though. And then my other inspirations were having kind of a minimalist look. So I wanted things to look, pretty basic, pretty simple, but just really nice and neat and clean without a lot of clutter. When I was in Greece, I was struck by kind of a community feel. So I feel like, everyone really enjoyed hanging out with their family or hanging out with their friends. So I wanted to add a lot of furniture and seating areas in here so the sim that lives in this room could do that. And then just to finish off this room, we added in some more beachy accent pieces, some of the underwater photos from, I think it's the tropical pack, to make it seem like maybe this is a scuba diver or something who is living in this room. Moving into the bathroom, I got to use one of my absolute favorite showers and tiles. This is from the Jungle Adventure pack, and is this blue tile with the white, which I thought actually really matched the white and blue vibes in the other room. And I love how the shower matches it, so it looks like it blends into the wall. So for the bathroom, we keep it pretty simple. I put a palm tree in front of the toilet so that no one can see you when you're going. And then I also added in this blue basin sink and this fun gold mirror. Moving on to the next room, for this more of a guest bedroom, I wanted to do a theme of Milan. So I have been to Milan, but I kind of struggled as to what were the main themes that I should go with for this room. But I feel like Milan, one thing, is pretty traditional, but I feel like also pretty fancy and fashionable. I feel like the people there are just dressed pretty fashionably and like the latest trends, but are also really classic. And there's a lot of classic architecture. So I changed this print to this dark diagonal wood print for the floor, and then went for a darker tone on the walls as well. And for the seating, I wanted to do a leather couch, which I don't think we actually have in The Sims, so I ended up going with this brown one that looked kind of like leather to me, and then wanted to add in some more modern pieces as well. So we have this more modern bed. I put on this white blanket so we didn't have to deal with the default colors of the bed, and then I just went with the theme that this was a room for, a fashion designer or maybe someone in the style career. So we have the mannequins, we have the style board that comes with the style career, and then we have this fun closet full of fancy clothes. And then the other thing that inspired me for Milan is in Italy, I feel like people just like hanging out together. I feel like there's the plazas. I forget the word that they actually call them, but just the plazas, the outdoor areas where there's lots of seating and people just come and hang out with their friends or hang out with their family, talk about their days. So I wanted to keep that, so I ended up putting a seating area over here in the corner. And then the other thing that I was inspired by was artwork. I feel like Milan is a super trendy city, also one that's pretty into art. So we added this big statement piece on the wall, and then end up just rearranging this little seating area over here to make space for the sim to hang out. I was thinking maybe this is a room for a future style designer, or maybe they have clients in here to show off their latest creations, and then they could sit at this little seating area and show off their fashion designs. So let me know how this room turns out. Again, I think I had a bit of trouble trying to decide what to do for Milan. So let me know if I got it or if I was way off. And then I did add this modern lamp in here as well to keep kind of the theme of the rest of the house. I ended up using it in a lot of the rooms, which is kind of funny. I didn't really intend to do that. That's just the way it turned out. And lastly, next to the bed, I ended up adding just another art piece, as well as a little model car, because of course, thinking of Italy, I always think of Ferrari. For our last room here, I wanted to stay in Europe, but this time go a little more north to Copenhagen. So for this room, I was inspired by the Danish word hygge, which I'll link down below. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, so sorry if I'm not, but essentially it just means, coziness, feeling cozy and at home. So I really wanted to make this bedroom and bathroom feel super, super cozy, like someplace you'd want to be on a winter morning, or curled up on a weekend. So for the bathroom, we ended up making it pretty basic, but just putting in a nice relaxing tub, this these fun towels that just look like they're really fluffy and comfortable. This rug, again, I wanted to use a lot of texture in this room, so we used this rug that seems like it'd be really soft and cozy for your feet. And then just put in some candles, one of these little European shower heads, since we are in Europe. And then some of these spa essentials as well, just make it seem like a really cozy little place to take a bath. And then for the bedroom itself, we use this bed that has this textured covering. This looks like a big yarn blanket or something. Looks like it'd be super, super cozy. Went for the darker wood, keeping with maybe a more of a winter theme. And then to bump up the coziness factor even more, we added some of these twinkle lights to the walls, and then I wanted a rug that looked like it'd be super cozy for your Sim's feet. So I ended up just using this gray one and putting 2 of them in, so it's nice and big. But it looks like it'd be just super cozy to leap out of bed onto that rug. And I also want a fireplace in here, so we end up putting one of those in, just so you can warm your feet by the fire in the winter. For over the fireplace, I use this really cute chalkboard that says Home Sweet Home. And then to bump up the coziness factor even more, we added some of these candles that give off a really nice yellow glow. And then we used some yellow for the accents to give the room a little bit of color. So we put in this bag some yellow flowers, as well as some yellow pillows to make the bed seem really cozy. And then just added some books and I think a nice little drink tray to the dresser so that you can hang out here, read, have some tea, warm your feet by the fire. And I'm really happy with how this room came out. I thought that was really cute. And then this room actually has a patio off of the bathroom, which is a little bit of an odd design choice, but it was already there, so I decided to keep it and stick with our cozy Copenhagen theme by putting in an espresso bar. So a little weird to have outside, but I figure it's Oasis Spring, so even in the winter it doesn't get that cold. And your sim can come out here and make their favorite espresso or tea beverage. And then we use this couch that also has these really nice yarn textured pillows and threw a bunch of extra pillows on there. So it really looks like a fun, cozy spot for your sim to come out, make their favorite beverage, and relax on this couch. So I think we're going to end it here. So stay tuned for the screenshots. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Let me know how I did in the comments below, if I captured the essence of any of these cities or if I was way off base. And let me know what other kind of build videos you guys want to see.